Oahu Democrats with Senator Michelle Kidani, who is running again for a Senate seat in SD 18. Aloha, Senator. And tell us, where were you born? And tell us about your childhood ohana.
I was born in Kalihi Valley, grew up in Kalihi, went to Dole Middle School. I went to several elementary schools, actually, because my mom moved around a couple times. Did graduate high school, go Govs, lower of Kamehameha, as we called it. My mom was divorced. She had 9 children. I was third in line, and basically my mom had to work 3 jobs to keep us fed and clothed. So I was tasked to basically kind of run the household. The sister right below me was tasked to do the cooking. So I learned from an early age to try and be organized and to keep the peace among 9 children.
And where do you call home now? And tell us about your adult family.
So I live in Mililani. I have lived in Mililani for 49 years. My husband and I divorced 25 years ago. He is since deceased, but we were still very close friends. I never remarried. I have 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys, and I have 6 grandchildren.
Please tell us about someone who's your personal hero who inspires you to keep going every day.
Actually, I'd have to say Patsy Ming. When I was in high school, I had very few choices as far as sports. I was kind of a tomboy, so I had to do some kind of athletics to keep my energy under control. And I was on the swim team. I ran track. I wanted to do more, but they didn't have as many sports then for girls. And as a senior, I remember writing to Patsy Mink, and she responded in her personal handwriting. And somewhere during all the moves, I lost a letter. But I never forgot, the things that she said to, persevere, and that, it's not fair, and that women in girls' sports should be equal to boys, etc. And lo and behold, years later, she authored Title IX, which we are celebrating this year, the 50th anniversary. So very, very awesome. That's my hero.
What's it been some defining moments or events that helped you shape you as a Democrat?
I remember, actually, I think the first person I ever helped was Senator Randy Iwase. He lived in my district, and I have a good friend named Charlotte Nikota who dragged me to an event, and somehow I got hoodwinked into bringing out my youth, because I was coaching Bobby Sox and soccer, and I got some of the Bobby Sox girls to come out and hold signs for Randy and waved, and I actually had a lot of fun, and so did the girls. So we did it several times, and of course Randy got reelected, and that was my first. And then later, when we had Democratic Party rallies here in Mililani, I would go out and support. I also remember going to the stadium when Governor Ariyoshi had a big event there. And at that time, I was married with young children, and it was a really exciting event. And those are the things that helped me to continue to be a Democrat and want to be part of the solution.
What does serving the people mean to you?
I think serving the people for me is to make sure that our communities, we get our fair share of the projects that are out there, to do the best that we can for our students and our seniors and all of our working families, that we take care of them as far as making sure that we have schools for them, facilities needed, taking care of roadways, etc. And right now it's so sad because we have this big homeless problem, and we've tried many different things, and we just have not found the answer yet. And I think, although I don't sit on those committees, it bothers me quite a bit. But for me, because I chair the education committee, my number one priority is the students, the teachers, and the Department of Education.
And why do you think you're the right Democrat for the job of senator for SD 18?
Right now, thank goodness, I'm the only Democrat that filed papers. I first ran in 2008, and I've been elected 4 times. I really, really enjoy this job, and it's not for the money because God knows we don't get paid that much because we're called part-time. And of course, if we didn't pick up the phone or answer emails after session ended, I don't think we'd ever be reelected. But anyway, um, because I've lived in this community for so long and I know a lot of the community members, um, I take pride in knowing that there's things here that are because of me. um, 2 weeks ago, we opened the new middle school in Milani Malka, and that has been 5 years in planning. And the government works very slowly, but we do have a new middle school, and that means the Milani Malka is the largest middle school in the state, and they were on what they call 4 tracks because they didn't have enough room for the students, which means green, yellow, red, blue all started at different times, and they also had 11 less days than regular students who went to a 1 track school. So come this next school season, all of the children will be going to school at one time. So I took very great pride in the opening of that school.
Well, if anybody wants to contact you, they can do so at mnkidani.com. And I want to thank you, Senator, for joining us, and much aloha to you.
Aloha. Thank you guys so much for what you do. Thank you very much. Aloha.
Aloha.